Hello, welcome to the Cup 9 channel. My name is Shane, and today I'm kicking off this new video series idea that I have, which is going to be called Tarot the News. So I'm just going to find an interesting news article and try to extract a message from it using the cards and the information from the story itself. So yeah, this should be pretty interesting. And it's already started. I haven't actually read this article all the way through yet. I read the first little paragraph there, but I did a pre-shuffle on the cards, and so the title of this article, Durham Scientists to Help Design NASA Camera for Alien Life Search, and the archetype that came up on the pre-shuffle, well, that's very bright, isn't it? Let's see. There we go, the Hunter. Number 9. Yeah, but search the Hunter. I thought that was just great. Then we also have the Hierophant on the bottom for the tarot, which this is, can represent institutions. So NASA, definitely a really big institution. And look, this guy is literally in space, sitting on the moon, looking down on a planet, maybe searching for life even. Yeah, so that's great. And then we have this idea of like investment with the Four of Pentacles underneath the Hierophant there. So yeah, the cards are definitely picking up on the energies, which I love to see it. We're off to a great start. So yeah, let's read a little bit. I'll pull some cards along the way, see what we get. Well, you know what? Actually, what I wanted to do was I'm going to shuffle both decks here. This is the Lunar Tarot deck by Jane Wallace, for anyone curious. And these are the Wild Unknown pocket archetypes. That's what I'll be using. But I want to get one card and one archetype before we get started, just to kind of peek into the vibe of this information. See what comes out. So let's see here. Oh, okay. So we actually got 2 or maybe more. Yeah, we got the Emperor on the bottom. So yeah, authority. I mean, NASA is definitely authority in the space realm. And the Durham scientists assisting them for this on the search for alien life. Also authorities in their own right. We also have the Empress and the Two of Wands. So this is the birth of something new and planning, right? Two of Wands is all about decisions, but it's also about like evaluating the resources that you have and deciding what you're going to do with them. And they are definitely creating something new here. They are helping them design a camera to search for alien life on other worlds, other planets. So we'll keep those out. We've got the Empress and the Two of Wands. And let's grab an archetype and see what we get. And if nothing wants to fall out, I'm just going to grab one from the middle somewhere. Let's see. Okay. So we got the Maiden. Yeah. So this goes well with the Empress energy. The number 8 coming through. Oh, and look at that. We have some masculine energy coming through too on the bottom, the Father. Yeah, so the Maiden is kind of giving me this idea of like a maiden voyage. That's what's coming through. Or at the very least, paired with the Empress here, it's giving this idea of like the creative process, right? Pregnancy, that kind of thing. An unfolding. There is a rose here on this card. There it is. I got the blinds in front of me open, so I thought the clouds would cover the sun enough, but it seems like the light is still... Yeah, it's fine. All right. So let's read. Scientists at Durham University are helping design a high-resolution camera for NASA's Habitable Worlds Observatory, a mission that aims to become the first telescope specifically engineered to search for signs of life on distant planets. The announcement came on November 8th, 2025, so a few days ago. Let's see. The Durham team is part of a UK consortium led by University College London that includes experts from the University of Portsmouth, RAL Space, and the UK Astronomy Technology Centre. The project represents one of two groups funded by the UK Space Agency to investigate the feasibility of a UK-led high-resolution imaging system for the mission, with the other led by the University of Leicester? I'm not really sure how to say that. I'm thinking Leicester. By the way, I am using perplexity.ai for these articles. They give like AI summary overviews from multiple different sources based on the same news story, so I've really enjoyed using this to kind of stay up to date on different things. You can dig down into the sources if you want. I'm not going to do that in this video, but just so you know. Yeah, so there's this big collaboration going on between NASA and a bunch of different universities in order to develop this new telescope, or a lens, camera rather, specifically for this telescope. Yeah, that's really cool, for one. Let's read a little bit more. I don't have any additional questions just yet. Blocking starlight to find habitable worlds. Now that's interesting. Okay, let's see. Professor Richard Massey of Durham University described the technology as the 21st century's Hubble Space Telescope, emphasizing its potential for discoveries beyond the search for extraterrestrial life. As well as looking for life, a telescope that, amazing, will watch collisions of asteroids in our solar system, stare into black holes, and solve the mystery of dark matter, he said. Wow, okay. So it's not just about the search for life, it's about observation. It's about observing the universe. The camera will work alongside a coronagraph, an instrument designed to block the overwhelming brightness of stars and reveal rocky planets orbiting them. Rocky planets similar to Earth have historically been difficult to study because their proximity to host stars makes direct observation nearly impossible. Yeah, so that's interesting. There's a YouTuber I watch, Stefan Burns, and he uses a coronagraph all the time to show us like solar flares and coronal mass ejections and things like that. It's really cool. But it is neat. It literally does just block out the entire like light of the sun, and then you can just see everything around it. The imaging system aims to measure a planet's mass and analyze its atmosphere for chemical signatures of life, such as oxygen, methane, and water vapor. These biosignatures could provide the first concrete evidence of biological processes on worlds beyond our solar system. Okay, so before we move on to the next section, yeah, there's a lot of really cool concepts here. For one, blocking out light in order so that you can see hidden things, right? Because it's just like the light that you can't see this card at all. I have to move it really close to the camera for the light to like be slightly blocked out so that you can actually see it. So there's this idea of like occluding something that is just so bright, so intense, that it kind of like blinds you to everything else around. That's interesting. I'm gonna pull a card for that. What needs to be blocked out, Spirit? Oh, okay. We had something flip. Got the Five of Wands. Okay, well there's fiery energy right there, and the Five of Wands is all about disagreement. Literally says it on this card here at the bottom. Disagreement. Yeah, so seems like what might need to be blocked out is the opinions of others. If you are, trying to carve your own path and do something different, and maybe there's people who don't agree with the position you're taking, the direction you're choosing to go, but you know it's the right way, well, you might just have to block out their light and see what's around, right? And look, we got more fire coming through. Knight of Wands. This is like, following your passions, right? Moving forward with your passions. We had 2 more cards fall over here. The Chariot and the Hanged Man. Yeah, so there is definitely this idea of positive forward movement with the Chariot, following your heart. And then the Hanged Man is like pausing, taking a moment to just sit and, maybe pull out your coronagraph and, block out all the other stars in your life, all the other... Everyone's a star, right? Every man and woman's a star. I think that's a quote from Aleister Crowley, actually. Even though he didn't really treat people that way when he was alive. He didn't live by his words in some circumstances, but I do agree with that. I do think every man and woman is a star. Every person, whatever you identify as, is a star in their own right. But sometimes the light from others can prevent us from seeing what is there, right? What's in the environment, what is available to us. So yeah, that's fun. I like that. Alright, let's see. So yeah, blocking starlight, definitely important, being highlighted here. There's also this idea of looking for life in things, looking for life where maybe you thought there was none. So I'm getting this idea of like taking a second look at something where you thought maybe you just didn't have the right tools or the right perspectives before, and now that you have changed, you have transformed, you are someone new, you're embracing new qualities of yourself, you have the ability to see potential where maybe there was none before. So let's see what we get on this. What is this? Search for life. Whew, we're always looking for life, right? 3 of Wands, voyage, yeah, literally a search, an adventure, a journey. Man, the wands are just popping today. Lots of fire. Okay, and we got 3 cards that came out here. Oh, interesting. Okay, alright, so here we have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. Oh, you can actually see them back here, huh? And then the Queen of Swords in reverse. And you can see the Page and the Knight are kind of like facing towards the Queen, who has her back to them, but she is upside down. Search for life, and lots of sword energy. This is very mental, which goes perfectly well with scientific research. It's a very mental field. With the Queen upside down, it's giving me this idea of like, there's a lot of emphasis on like observational techniques and like probing mentally into things, but maybe kind of a lack of intuition, right? Because the queens are very intuitive. They represent the feminine principle, which is all about like, listening to your intuition, right? Using more than just your mind in order to discover truth, whatever that may be for you. So there's this idea here that's present of like, okay, we're learning new things, we're taking action with this knowledge, but maybe we're not, we're leaving something out of the equation, right? Maybe we're a little too much in the headspace when we're looking for the things that show us where life is. Yeah, interesting. So what's the advice? Like, how can we better search for life around us? Whether that be in the projects we are pursuing, our desires, the people around us, our environment. How can we better connect with signs of life? Okay, this one kind of wanted to come out. The Hierophant. This one says, join together. Yes. So, Taurus energy coming through here. And once again, we started the reading with this card, and here it is again. So yeah, it's this idea of like utilizing all aspects of yourself, not just your mind, right? Utilize your heart, which is, I think that's where the intuition kind of like comes from. You really have to make your brain shut up so that you can hear what's inside, right? And really feel it, embody it. And Taurus, the Hierophant, it's all about like embodiment. Yeah, using all five senses, using, brain, body, spirit to come to a fuller picture of your environment, what is available for you, what is possible, right? Yeah, I love that. All right, so let's see the next section. This is the launch for the program, or the project, I assume. Or maybe this is the launch for the... Yeah, it's the project. NASA's Habitable Worlds Observatory is projected to launch in the early 2040s. The mission has been designated as a priority by the astronomical community following the Astro 2020 Decadal Survey, which recommended it is the next flagship space telescope. Okay, so this is a very important development here, very important project. The UK Space Agency announced its call for feasibility studies in May 2025, allocating up to £300,000 for initial development work. The selection process is expected to occur in 2026, with NASA subsequently choosing international partners for instrument contributions. The mission builds on technology demonstrated by the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope's coronagraph, which is scheduled to launch by May 2027. HWO's primary objective is to directly image and characterize at least 25 potentially habitable worlds, marking a milestone in humanity's quest to answer whether life exists elsewhere in the universe. Yeah, very fundamental question, right? Whether life exists elsewhere in the universe. Yeah, kind of a lonely question, right? Like, is it just us? Where are the others? Are we the only ones on this like physical plane who exist in this form? Yeah. Very interesting. I do believe life is everywhere, even in the things that we don't consider to be alive, but this definition of life is probably hyper-specific, right? It's like certain biosignatures and things like that, but I think even a table like this it is life, right? It is a reflection of some archetype in another realm far beyond this one that exists, within us and without of us. So the definition of life is very important when you're reading about things like this. They are obviously looking for very specific biosignatures, which represent creatures who, they consume and they output and, yeah, that kind of thing. I'm curious just to see, like, just to have a little bit of fun with this. Like, I'm going to do past, present, future, so I'll put these back in here. And we're going to see what is the potential outcome for such a project. So we'll do past, present, future. Oh, past, we have Knight of Pentacles. Present, alright, I'll just draw the last two here. So there's definitely been slow, steady progress on this already. It's probably been a long time coming, right? So that's cool to see. And then present situation for this. Queen of Wands, confidence. Apparently there is a lot of confident energy going into this project. Yeah, that's good. Creative, right? More wands, more fire. And then finally, Ace of Wands. So that's a very positive future position right there. Inspiration. More fire. Yeah, so it seems like this project it's starting off nice, slow and steady with plenty of resources. It's got tons of creative, confident energy going into it currently, and in the future it's looking like it's going to inspire many people. So it seems like a very positive outcome for this. We have Seven of Wands on the bottom. So this is definitely something that is going to require a lot of energy, and it's going to need to be protected and maintained carefully, right? Which, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's great. So, you could take this closing past, present, future message and apply it to maybe something that you're working on currently. These same concepts might also apply there. So that is all I have. I want to thank you for being here with me today. I'm going to be putting these up as often as I can. I'm going to aim for like every day, but I might miss one a day here and there. So, but I had fun with this, so I think I'm going to keep this as a regular thing. All right. If you have any suggestions for articles that you'd like me to do a reading with, put them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. It helps the channel grow. And yeah, that's all I have. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Keep your heart open. Bye.